Hello and welcome to the video about becoming a member of the New Center. My name is Jason Adams and I'm the membership coordinator as well as the person who handles the research groups and various other aspects of the New Center. So I'm going to go over basically just what the benefits are of being a member and kind of give you an overview via a tour of the website how it works. So we're going to start here with membership. If you want to review this later, you can come and look at it yourself. But basically, we have two ways of becoming a member. You can either become a regular member at 100 USD or a friend of the New Center, which is a lifetime membership at 500 USD. And basically, what it provides in general is what you see up here, which is together they provide they serve a number of functions, but one of the things they do is they help us to offer graduate level seminars, provide access to our seminar video, to our archived seminar videos, plan and hold our summer school, organize symposia and conferences, special events, facilitate research group projects. It enables members to distribute their materials on the mailing list, amongst a number of other things like that. Now, if you do a $100 membership, basically what that does is it gives you access to all of the seminar videos that we've created so far. And we've been together as an institution for a little bit less than a year. And then it will also give you access to all seminar archive videos that we create in the coming year. On top of that, you'll also get, this part here is a little more specific, but basically on top of all of those seminar archive videos in the archive format, you'll also get access to the live YouTube link if you want that, so that you can follow along. And occasionally, once in a while, you can even get into the Hangout itself, especially if you've never done it before. So it's a very good deal with all that you get all together. So just to go over the benefits here one more time, because this list here is a little more specific. So you get access to research resources, peer-to-peer reference assistance, access to posting your own announcements on the member mailing list, attendance at the New Center Summer School at a reduced rate, and participation and voting rights in the New Center's annual general meeting. General members are added to the mailing list through which you will receive our monthly email updates regarding our internal seminars and events, as well as relevant external announcements from our affiliates and members, calls for papers, book proposals, conferences, workshops, and that sort of thing. You also are invited to our Google Plus community, which is a social network of people involved in the New Center, including instructors, researchers, students, affiliates, and things like that. Now, the friend of the New Center, so that one's good for 1 year. The friend of the New Center gives you all of that, and it's except that you get it permanently as long as the institution continues to exist. So basically, this gives you everything that a general member would get, and you also get one seminar per year, which means that you're guaranteed access to the Hangout. You can get feedback from the instructor. You can write papers, be in dialogue with the instructors, and various things like that. You also get to attend the New Center summer program at no cost. You get potential receipt of tax exemption, depending on where you live and depending on a number of different things. And you get thanks in writing all of the New Center's publications for 1 year. And on top of that, you also get library access to all of our seminars, access to research resources and everything I mentioned before. And those are the basic, that's the basic description. But what I'm going to do in a minute here is kind of walk you through what it looks like when you become a member. So when you become a member, you will have a New Center email and login and password. And what you'll do is you'll basically go to Gmail. You'll log into your New Center email, which is linked up with that. And you'll click login. And what it will do is it'll automatically log you in, just like this. So as you can see, when you first come in here, you have your Gmail here. So if you click on this, it'll take you to Gmail. Your Google Drive is here if you want to collaborate with any of us or your co-students and co-members and that kind of stuff. And then your Google Classroom. Google Classrooms, if you click on this, and of course, as an administrator, I do have access to all of the different classrooms. So these are all the classrooms here. You can see aesthetics of the generic, Bitcoin and philosophy, global politics of the Anthropocene, philosophy and mathematics, building the commune, new rationalism, various things like this. So I'm gonna, just to give you an example, I'm gonna choose one of these. So I'll do, I'll just start with Bitcoin and philosophy. This is Nick Lands. And basically, if you look here, you can see that there's all of this discussion here. This is from the Google Hangout for people who are not just members, but who also fully enroll in the seminar. But there's also these comments that people have made, and you have access to all of this, even just at the membership level. So all of that is there. You can see there's quite a bit of discussion that goes down here in this stream. And on the classmates tab, you can see your fellow classmates, and then under about, you get the syllabus. And so here's the full syllabus. And then the readings are down here. You can click these links. And in this particular one, doesn't look like there's very many PDFs that are actually listed here, but that's because all of the readings are actually available online. There's a PDF there. But in many classes, there's PDFs that are uploaded, and you would access those through this tab. So basically, what this does, if you're not enrolled in the class and you're a member, you will still have access to the classroom. You can still basically follow along with the class, but you don't have the right to get feedback from the instructor. You don't have the right to, write papers, and you don't have the right necessarily to be in the Hangout. Although, we will occasionally let people in so they can at least see it and see what it's like. So if you go back here, so this allows you, that's what allows you to see how the class is set up, what the syllabus is, what the readings are, what the progression is, and all of that. Now, the next thing you would do, if you wanted to look at that one in particular, you would basically type in Bitcoin and philosophy. You come down here to the video archive, and let's say you did the readings for session 1, and you wanted to see what Nick had to say about that. So you click on this, press play.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nick Land's 8-session seminar, Bitcoin and Philosophy. It's a packed class and lots to talk about, so I think I'm going to straightforward.
It's initially formulated is a way of deducting a certain type of philosophical activity.
So that gives you just a little sense there of kind of how it works. And if you scroll through here, you can see that there are quite a number of different seminars. We have the Xenofeminism seminar, Hyperstition, Curatorial Practice, Anarchy of Objects, Emergency Government, Accelerationist Reader. And so through these links, you can basically watch every single seminar that we've done, and as a member or as a friend, you'll be able to access all of those that come up in the future as well. So that's so if you're coming to watch a live seminar now, as a member, as I said, you do have access to the live content. So when Nick's class is actually happening on Sundays, you can come here, click on this, and you can actually watch this as it's happening live. Like I said, you don't necessarily get access to the Hangout for sure. Once in a while we'll make an exception, but you do get access to the live YouTube video. So you can still watch it live the moment that it's coming out. The video archive is the one that I just showed you. Seminar information, if you click here, this is your Google Classroom seminar code, and this is what you would take. You would take this code here, and then you would go over to Classroom, and I'm just gonna take out the extraneous information, the URL, and basically you would click plus, you would click join class, then you would enter that code here. Sorry, that's not the code, but basically you would take the code and you would enter it there, and that will get you into the classroom. So let's see, what else is there here? Under additional student content, you have the 2015 student handbook. So you can learn about what it would be like to become a certificate seeking student at the New Center. And so we have, 50-page handbook here that goes through everything that's involved. And you can learn about it that way. And then we have a friend and member handbook, which is probably more relevant unless you are deciding to apply for the higher level. This one's a lot shorter. It's 15 pages, and it is geared specifically towards people who want to become members, or who have become members and who want to know how this all works. So the handbook basically goes through all of that. It provides you, we even have some snapshots here, screenshots to kind of walk you through the process if there's anything that's confusing. And of course, you can always contact us as well, directly if you have additional questions. So that's how that works. And then, and this is one thing that is especially, I think is probably the most interesting thing aside from the seminar archive, seminar video archives, is our research groups. And we have all these research groups here that are available for members to access. And they're all presently working through Facebook. I think eventually we might migrate over to Google+, but the reality is that it's not as heavily used at this point in time as Facebook is, so we're using Facebook. So just to give you an example, I'm going to show you an especially active research group, which is New Music. So if you click on this, the way we have these set up is that we basically started out by asking our own members, what exactly are you interested in? What is your, what would you like to research? And so we had people who told us they were interested in music. So you can see we also have the list up here. Music, we have the accelerationism one, Anthropocene, new art, new metaphysics, new music, post-capitalism, post-statism, time-critical media, trans-subjectivity. And so basically what the idea is that each of these research groups is focused on an emerging research agenda. So it's an emerging research agenda in a particular field that is somewhat new. And so what we do is we try to identify people who are kind of especially conversant with, or hopefully are even some of the founding figures who helped to develop a particular field and to a field of research, like accelerationism or something like that. And then we invite the kind of like founding researchers of that discourse who helped develop it, and we invite them into the group. And then we ask our members which of our members would like to be part of the research group. So the numbers are usually relatively small. Like in this one, we have 49 members. And we're pretty selective about who we bring in as kind of like guest members. And the guest members are there, and you're basically in direct dialogue with them. So, when they post something, you can comment on it. When you post something, they might comment on yours. And as a result, you're basically brought into a direct collective research project with kind of leading figures in various research fields, and it's all through Facebook, so it's very kind of casual, but it's not completely casual, and it's really not similar to a typical Facebook group in the sense that it is relatively structured in the sense that we don't just like post links to things. We try to come up with some sort of output that comes from these groups. So we really are kind of functioning a bit like a research institute in this respect. So if you click on events here in this one, you'll see these events that we've had. So we had this one, Jazz, Neuroscience, and Capitalism. And we also had another one, which was on Mazola. And so basically, like if you click on this, you can see that we had 11 people who went, one who said maybe. This was Martin Rosenberg talking about neuroscience and cognitive capitalism and how that relates to jazz and cognition and composition and various things like that. And it went really well. And so basically, when the event is over, you can come here and the video will be posted. So in case you missed the event, you can still see it.
And I think we're now live.
So the hope is that, you know, people will come and be part of it. And you can see that there's about 5 people there. There ended up being about 7 or 8 when it happened. And then afterwards, if you miss it and you want to discuss and take part in it a little bit more, you can do that too. Martin's uploaded here his several things that he wrote, and so this is something that you could do too. And then, you know, that becomes something that is, you know, it's kind of like presenting at a conference, except we're kind of in permanent conference mode, and this is something you could put on your resume or your CV or, you know, whatever you want to do like that. So that's basically how the research groups work. I'll also show you just real quick the accelerationism one. So with this research group, we have Morgan Sutherland's here editing the accelerationism Wikipedia page, and this is something that people are kind of taking part in. There's a conversation here about Holly Herndon and her relationship to Benedict Singleton. You can see Benedict right there. Also, Nick Chernyshek is in this one. You know, so that's kind of an example of, you know, people like Benedict, Nick Chernyshek, Luca Frazier, who you see here, who actually developed this discourse, and they're actually here in the research group, so that you're kind of in direct dialogue with them. And you know, you can see the membership list there, and then events. We have an event coming up, but it hasn't been input yet. And then you know, photos and files. So sometimes people will upload, like here's a number of PDFs that have been uploaded. So you can look at those PDFs as well. So that's basically how these are set up. So one other one that I want to show you is New Center members. So this is when you become a member, you get added to this group, and this has all of our members, all of our present members. And in here, you can see, you know, we will welcome you when you come in. And basically, we try to make sure that this group in particular has all of the most important stuff from every other research group. Although it doesn't have all the smaller conversations and that kind of thing. But for example, this video archive from the Mozilla reading group session, which was facilitated by Zach Davis, and it came from the New Center's New Music Research Group. We make sure that this is there so that even if you're not heavily active in that group, you still at least know about it, you still can check it out and that kind of thing. And there's Martin's event. We actually had 2 events on that day. So if you scroll down a little bit here too, just want to show you one more thing. There's the Mozilla Reading Group. So this is set up as an event. It's something you can actually join, and you know, let everybody know that you plan to go to that. We did a vote here on journals that we would like to have as member benefits. So we're working on potentially getting some of these journals. This is, you can see the popularity here. What was the most popular, what was the least popular. And once you're a member, you can vote on that too. The only one we have right now at this exact moment is Jacobin Magazine. But you know, once you are a member, you can get access to that. We have a institutional login and password that's really for everybody to use collectively, and that will give you access to this. So once you're a member, you can see that. And then, and this is our journal. And here I'm just reminding everybody that we have a journal. You can contribute to it. So far, we've had these essays from Etienne Balibar, Benjamin Noyes, Alexander Galloway, Gregoire Chamayou, and that sort of thing. So if you click on this, I'll just show you this real quick. This is what it looks like. And it's available for members to contribute to write for. If you want to find articles and translate them, you can do that too. You can do interviews, you can do book reviews. So it's really a venue where you can get published and recognized for your work and for your ability to write and that kind of thing. So like I said, all of this that I'm telling you about now, this is all just members. And I'm just gonna switch gears, and so like if you want to learn about becoming a certificate student, that's definitely a higher level. It's a much higher level of kind of interactivity, although it is set up so that it's doable even if you're doing another degree somewhere else. You can do 2 degrees in tandem, or you can do 1 degree in tandem and 1 certificate with us along with it. And basically, you know, I'll go into that in another video. If you want that video, let me know. I'm Jason Adams on Facebook. And we're also probably going to embed these in the access page that you see right here once they're done. And that will give you a chance to learn about becoming a certificate student. And but you know, just basically, I'll just give a real quick pitch on that. Certificates are set up in a way that they're meant to complement existing degrees. So even if you just have like a BA degree or something like that, it's something that could give you just like a little bit of an edge and potentially make your resume or your CV just a little bit stronger. So, and this applies to BA, you know, people with BAs, people with MAs, people with PhDs, people who are currently professors, especially newer professors, but really anyone could do it. And basically, you know, so I'm just going to save that for the other video, and yeah, just take a look at the other one if you want to look at that. And I hope this was informative and answered your questions. If it didn't, you can definitely message me on Facebook. And if you still want to do like a Q&A and you just want to talk to somebody face to face, for sure, you know, hit me up, send me a message, and I will be very happy to meet you in a hangout, and that way you can experience the medium as well. All right, so hope you enjoyed it, and that's about it.